Keyboard warrior, lover not fighter.
Jamie loved two things: arguing with strangers online and falling in love. He thrived in the digital battlegrounds where words were his weapons and the screen his shield. Not real love, of course, not the kind that involved leaving his ghetto apartment. His world was confined to the four walls of his cluttered room, where the glow of his mobile phone is his only light. No, Jamie preferred the love that bloomed across oceans and time zones, fueled by blurry webcam chats and broken promises. He found solace in the pixelated faces and the distant voices that filled his lonely nights. He was a connoisseur of long-distance relationships, the king of the almost met. His heart raced with every notification, every message that promised a connection, no matter how fleeting. His days were spent in a haze of McDonald's wrappers, a bottle of whiskey to drink, and internet arguments. The virtual world was his playground, and he navigated it with the skill of a seasoned troll. He was a fierce warrior in the comments section, his keyboard his weapon of choice. Each keystroke was a calculated move, each comment a strategic attack. He knew how to deliver a sick burn, how to troll with the best of them. His online persona was a mix of retardation and stupidity, a digital gladiator in the arena of social media, so he thinks. But when it came to love, Jamie was inexperienced. Behind the screen he was a hopeless romantic, dreaming of a connection that transcended the digital divide, or at least that's what he told himself. And Mhine was his latest victim, a name that brought a smile to his face and a flutter to his fat heart, or maybe that was just gas. He told Mhine that a lot. In their virtual world they were perfect for each other, two souls connected by the invisible threads of the internet.
6 LDRs and a mobility scooter ride around the neighborhood.
It's been 3 years Hazy dumped him, which he thought a real-life girlfriend, but she was just another fake LDR love. Jamie had fallen in love 6 times. 6 times he had pledged his heart to a woman he'd never met, a woman who lived thousands of miles away. The YouTube community thought he was nuts, and it's not like he have family left to even ask.
My passport situation is complicated.
He'd explain vaguely, as if he were a secret agent or a disgraced diplomat. The truth was, he's broke criminal that can't even get a passport, and the thought of quick drinking long enough to figure out how to get a passport filled him with a special kind of dread. It was easier to just stay put, to keep his love life confined to the digital world. Jamie often daydreamed about meeting these women in person, imagining the adventures they could have together. But each time he thought about making it a reality, the logistics and costs seemed insurmountable. So he continued to text and video chat, finding solace in the digital connections he had built. For now, those virtual moments were enough to keep his heart hopeful.
Mhine, Queen of Hearts, and Jamie's wallet.
His latest love, the apple of his pixelated eye, was Mhine. Mhine was everything Jamie wasn't: outgoing, glamorous, and living in Hong Kong. She had a magnetic personality that drew people in effortlessly. He'd met her, or rather her profile on YouTube, where lonely trolls like Jamie hit on Filipina YouTubers. It was a world where dreams and reality often blurred. Mhine had a smile that could melt glaciers, or at least Jamie's heart, with a warmth that seemed to reach through the screen, and a knack for knowing exactly what to say to get him to click the send money button. Her words were like a spell, making Jamie feel needed and important. What Jamie knows that Mhine is married, and he thinks her marriage to her Filipino husband is over, but we all know the truth. And that she had a side hustle, sharing his more outrageous messages with her friends, turning his heartfelt confessions into a source of entertainment. Who found the whole situation hysterically funny. They would gather around, laughing at the absurdity of it all.
Laughs S4.
Lost in translation, Jamie's romantic fumbles. Jamie, bless his dirty stained white t-shirt, was trying his best. He showered regularly now, or at least once a month, and he'd even bought a new shirt for their video calls.
Mhine, you are the woman of my dreams, the one I've been waiting for my whole life.
He composed long, heartfelt messages, pouring his soul into every word.
My love, my auntie is very sick. She needs medicine for her dog bite, and my 3 kids need milk and diapers. You should really send money for the kids you never made.
Mhine, in return, would send back vague pronouncements of affection, peppered with emojis she probably didn't understand either. The laughter in YouTube community, Mhine and the crew. Meanwhile, in a video chat, Mhine and her friends would gather around her phone, howling with laughter at Jamie's latest message.
He thinks I'm going to marry him. He even sent me money to get my big black nipple lightened. Like he will ever see these big nipples in person anyways.
Oh my gosh, Mhine, you're too much. Seriously, he's so clueless.
Her friends would erupt in fresh peals of laughter, shaking their heads in amusement. Jamie, in their eyes, was such a loser and a stupid fool. And Mhine, well, she acted like a businesswoman. a businesswoman here to separate retarded fools from their money. Ever the optimist, Jamie's saga continues. So the saga of Jamie and his mind continued. He remained blissfully unaware of the truth, lost in his digital fantasy and drunken reality.
Mine, I wrote you a poem. I dream of the day we'll finally be together.
He sent Mhine $30 of his welfare check. He wrote her poetry. Bad poetry, but still. And he dreamed of the day they would finally be together.
Thanks for the money, Jamie. You're the best.
And Mhine, she kept spending that Gcash, sharing those messages, and living her best life free of him. After all, someone had to pay for all those karaoke live stream.